Hi, glad to have you join me on another informative episode of Housing Development, your go-to source for trending housing information in Nigeria and beyond. Today, the combination of rising interest rates and rising home prices has outgrown what many Nigerians can afford. How can the government improve social housing delivery for low-income Nigerians? What should be done to squatter settlement springing up all over the nation? Stay tuned as we discuss these and more on the program today. As always, I am your housing diva, Fleur. Let's start by bringing you major headlines that made rounds during the week. I'll be back shortly.
The governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, has noted the commitment of his administration in creating a database that will cater for the documentation of information on residents in the 18 local government area of the state. Obaseki made this known when he received the template for the pilot phase of the scheme recently in Benin City. According to the governor, as a government, there is a need to have data and information of citizens to enable efficient provision of services, making the National Identification Number (NIN) protocol a link to a single source of identification. In order to avail the government the opportunity to plan for its citizens and ensure growth, this is a welcome development, as about 5 million residents in Edo State would have a source of identity for which the government can get data for effective planning. The Lagos State government has emphasized the importance of exposing town planners to the United Kingdom's planning processes in order to increase their awareness of international best practices in physical planning. General Manager of the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, Mr. Kehinde Osinaike, made this known recently in a statement. According to Osinaike, despite the remarkable technique previously followed by the agency in carrying out its task, the only way to keep up with the developments in the profession was to borrow a leaf from the developed climes. Stakeholders in the construction sector were therefore encouraged to make the adherence of town planning rules and specifications the norm, so that Nigeria, and particularly Lagos State, can benefit from the orderly physical growth in more developed countries. Shelter Afrique, the Pan-African Development Finance Institution, has announced the successful completion of its first Series 1 fixed-rate senior unsecured bond issuance in Nigeria's capital market as part of its $200 billion bond issuance program, with the dual tranche bond issuance, which was 60.7% oversubscribed, with an order book peaking at $64.3 billion, allowing Shelter Afrique exercise the green shoe option. According to Mr. Kingsley Muowo, the acting managing director of Shelter Afrique, with this being the first time Shelter Afrique would be entering the Nigerian debt capital market, the good market reception is a clear indicator of investor confidence in the company's long-term value offer for the Nigerian housing market, as these would cater for long-term financial solutions for the supply of affordable and appropriate housing in Nigeria and across Africa.
Those are the major headlines making rounds in the sector. For more housing, finance, and construction news, visit www.africanhousingnews.com. Moving on, how can the government improve social housing delivery for Nigerians? What do you desire for the federal government to do for low-income Nigerians as regard home ownership? You can be part of this conversation by following Housing Development on Twitter and Facebook via the handles on your TV screen. Now let's see the reactions of some Nigerians on Voices on the Streets. I'll be back.
Well, for me, I feel that government should consider building and try to find a way to break down the rent into maybe every particular, maybe every 3 months, every 4 months, every 6 months, and then tell the occupants to pay a particular amount of money instead of having to have private companies building and then telling you to pay 9 million, 10 million, 15 million to buy the entire building. So I feel that if government can actually step into it and then just decide to, okay, build an affordable home and then spill it over based on the capacity of the occupants, then that will solve a lot of problems.
If I may answer you direct, I don't have anything in mind because we are not truthful to any cause in Nigeria. The reason being that even if the government initiates these projects, it will not get to the people who are supposed to be the ones that benefit from it. And the way we live is what for myself and my family alone. So with that, even if the projects are completed, definitely the beneficiaries cannot get. And even if they're supposed to give it out, it will be those that saves them. That is my own thoughts about this.
Thank you very much.
To me, what the government should do more, first of all, to create more awareness to the general public. The awareness isn't enough as far as I'm concerned. And to create more policies. What I mean by policies, if more mortgage banks could be created, most especially with that is interest-free loans. You understand? That will attract more customers. I mean, more of the general public. Interest-free loans. You understand? Or mortgage avenues. I think that will be more appropriate as far as I'm concerned.
There was a time the President Buhari himself cited Saudi Arabia as an example how Nigeria should emulate. I understand that Saudi Arabia, they have the housing program for their citizens, of which if the houses are not given freely to the public, an average citizen supposed to be able to pay money to the extent that within a particular year you'll be able to cover the money. Housing project is not an issue that federal government will just build and say we want to recover the money in 2 years or 3 years. So it is a program that they're supposed to spread along the years, so that even a particular person could not be able to finish paying it. His next of kin will continue to pay it, being the person that will inherit such a property. That is my own expectation from the government. There is nothing government can give to their citizens other than to give them affordable shelter and make sure that food is available to everybody's table.
Housing is one of the essentials of human. It's a way of providing shelter for the people. And so, as a responsible government, all they are supposed to do is, to the best of my opinion, is develop these houses and let the low-income earners occupy it and be deducting this money from their salary in installment. And by so doing, I believe this problem of housing in Abuja, I know it's not only related to Abuja, but especially in Abuja, will be curtailed.
There is a need for the government to take drastic measures that will salvage the housing sector. The program is housing development. Abuja, the federal capital city, is growing faster than the provision of the master plan, with both legal and illegal development springing up almost everywhere. The informal settlement areas within the central city of Abuja are not integrated into the central city infrastructure, and that is one of the major challenges of the city. As a result, promoting urban poor growth that resulted in quarter settlement. Now, what should be done to this settlement? Housing Development Crew visited one of such settlements in Abuja. Have a look.
With the high rise of urban poverty in Nigeria when compared to rural poverty, there's evidence in the type of houses Nigerian poor occupy. Despite living under shanty towns in tents and makeshift accommodations and under the constant fear of demolition by the government authorities to give way for urban development and render them homeless.
When I came to this community, there was nothing like pipe-borne water, nothing like light, nothing like access road. But to God be the glory. For some years now, God has blessed us with electricity, water, and a little bit of renovated inter-village road. I've been experiencing demolition here since 1996, 96-97. So I don't have any fear. I have lost a lot here, but where I'm staying today, I know that here is an illegal settlement. Anything can happen at any time. So I always be ready, as Boy Scout said, be ready, always.
Being poor in many urban centers in Nigeria usually translates to lacking access to the basic amenities such as water, roads, schools, primary health care facilities, among other needs that define human dignity. The eminent forceful eviction that comes with government demolition exercise of the demolition of illegal settlements usually further compounds the economic problems of the city's most vulnerable residents.
For now, the AEDC, they are trying, but we don't have road, and some have water, some do not have. Why some are using borehole? Yes, and the borehole dug by individual. That is what we are facing here. House rent is cost here. Another thing, we don't have road. So if government will assist on the road, because here is very dusty. I'm afraid of that, but one have to take risk because life itself is a risk. So we are here. Any day they say we should go, we'll pack our things and leave.
I think we always see light, and that's all I can recall. Okay, water, there's water as well. I can't take that from them. But in terms of road, hospital, thank God you drive into our major road. This is our major access road to the city. You see how good it is. Not even ordinary concrete has been poured on this road ever since I've been staying here. No house, no health center. As you can see, it's all over here. You can even look at it and see that nothing to cover up. So no roads, no what is it called, health hospital, and no house.
Many of those who serve the needs of the city live in slums and informal settlements. Therefore, striking a balance between urban development and urban poverty is crucial. The people, however, appeal to the government to come to their aid.
Well, I will advise them, before they will come and demolish, they should provide for people they are living here. They should provide houses and shops for them before they will come and demolish here.
You don't see any help from government here. We don't see any help. And the local government people, they normally come here to collect the revenues, the different peoples. This one will come, say it be this one will come, say it be this, and they will cooperate with them. Still, no benefit.
Rightly said there, the urban poor are victims of life circumstance. The government plan for housing must begin to address issues surrounding urban poverty through the provision of social housing and relocation of shanty towns and possible upgrade of some slums. You're still watching Housing Development. Stay tuned, I'll be right back.
Abuja International Housing Show.
It's about the whole of Nigeria, the whole of West Africa. You have stakeholders coming from all over and in fact globally.
It's an excellent way of bringing thought leaders, investors
to come together and figure out ways to increase capacity in developing housing.
Welcome back. Coming up next is a report on the 16th Abuja International Housing Show.
The Abuja Housing Show is an annual event that brings together many vendors and exhibitors, providing attendees the opportunity of networking. The Housing and Construction Expo ran, during which time approximately 15,000 people attended the event. Abuja Housing Show generally attracts foreign visitors to Nigeria and the host city, Abuja. There is always an influx of visitors and the opportunity to network with thousands of attendees from contractors, developers, architects, government and other construction industry professionals. Will feature over 200 local and international exhibitors and thousands of quality attendees showcasing the latest projects, development, investment and opportunities. The most highly regarded Abuja Housing Show Conference and Exhibitions aims to not only bring together top decision makers in the housing construction industry, but also create opportunities for the visitors to witness and experience the latest equipment, machineries, innovation of construction, interior designs and property developers. Why exhibit? Meet the right people. The event will bring together the key players in the market, providing exhibitors with valuable face time with both existing clients and potential new business partners. It is the best way to make sure you are meeting the right people for you. Exhibitions are a great way to build relationships, make sales and gather relevant leads. Face-to-face interaction allows your sales team to achieve the equivalent of 2 months of work across 3 days. Exhibitions are a great way to stand out from the crowd, build an attention-grabbing stand, have your best staff on site, conduct some effective pre-show promotions, and scrupulously follow up with the contacts you've made. Showcase your latest products and solutions. Take advantage of the high number of visitors and the various demo programs throughout the event. To showcase your latest product and build your brand awareness, appeal to all visitors looking for solutions for their major construction and infrastructure projects by introducing your latest technologies and services. Abuja Housing Show is the ideal event for any new product and technology launches.
You're watching Housing Development. Up next is Brains and Hammers Bungalow City, located in the Federal Capital Territory.
Over the time, we have built expertise and reputations, and as part of our contribution to contribute to reducing the housing deficit in Nigeria, we feel by building cities, affordable housing will actually help Nigerians to actually secure houses that are standard, that are green, that can also make them feel or have the taste of rents and homes.
payment plan, your initial payment of 20%, that makes you to have a contract with us. The next installment is after 3 months. You can pay your 30%. So within that 1 year, you're making up your 100%.
Every time I go to site, I feel happy because I see we're creating employment in thousands, not just in small numbers. From the market women handling food, to suppliers on site, to the block industries, to the artisans. These are all people that you see in thousands. When you go to Bungalow City, I look around and I feel good. I know that this is part of the things that we want to do. We want to empower people, we want to train people, and we are doing that. In terms of houses, we've built 10,000 houses so far, and we plan to build 25,000 houses. So you can see we are working with organizations to reduce the housing deficit in Nigeria, also helping civil servants to secure houses, secure their future, secure their family. That's what we are doing.
The housing show is important to us because the Abuja market is good for our plaster of Paris and plasterboard market, and for us, what the intention of being here is to just expose the company to as many people as we can.
The role it plays for our business and how we've experienced its impact is why we've come again and again and again.
It's an opportunity for us to meet prospective clients and also advise people on housing and tell them about our product.
Oh, it's been a fantastic one so far. This is now our second time here. We're here last year, and every time we come, we've seen that there's been value that's been added to our business.
It's an avenue I want everybody that is in the built environment to explore. It is a place you can network, and then you can showcase what you can do.
For us, it was a success. Extremely happy to be here. Extremely happy about the agenda. It's centric on affordable housing.
It's a platform for us to share ideas. It's a platform for us to take something back home. So basically, it's a good platform for the housing industry.
This is not our first time. We have been part of this program since 2012. And it has been so amazing.
Well, so far has been encouraging and interesting. It's not just by the quantity, but it's by the quality.
I heard over the media that there would be a show of this form, this week. So I just decided to walk in and see what is happening, So I just came in. I'm really impressed. I saw some products.
Oh, we've been at Abuja International Housing Show from the beginning. So this is 15 years, and so we've been partners in this, yes.
Brought a lot of exposure to the company. I want to appreciate the Abuja Housing Show and want to tell you guys to continue doing what you're doing.
The good thing is the partnership that the Abuja International Housing Show helps to create. It what makes all of this sensible.
Abuja International Housing Show is a networking event basically for me, where people from different fields in the construction and building industry can come around and meet each other, network.
Events like this will actually go a long way in ensuring that the gap is bridged, and that will really go a long way to also help economic development.
is where I'll be wrapping up the program today, but then I'll leave with these words. There is nothing more important than a good, safe and secure home. So let's make housing a top priority for Nigerians. Keep it at the same time next week. Until then, I remain your housing diva, Fleur Annie.